issue as well, because once you go home, you're still going to have them issues. You're still going to have them problems, no matter what you do. You're still going to be a person that, and you might add more holes too, because now you have to lie. Now um, you have to sneak around. You have to uh, keep a password on your phone so that your mate doesn't, mate isn't able to get in to find the information that incriminates you for the stuff that you do, and it's I don't like that. I did that for a long time. Tried to hide my phone and have a password on it and change the password every here once in a while, but it's no good. It's no good at all. It's not comfortable for me to be in a relationship when I have to hide stuff from you. It's no good. And a lot of, like I said earlier, a lot of people do this stuff because they find faults in someone else instead of looking in the mirror and trying to find a problem in themselves. You know, it's hard to look in the mirror and say I was wrong, or hard to look someone in the face and say I was wrong and hope that, it doesn't convict you enough to where it hurts. You know, it's hard. And sometimes it's even hard to face reality. I mean, there's a lot of times that a person would, duct tape an issue when it comes to, another person. But then there's, you being in a relationship with somebody and you try to do something to duct tape the issues with yourself. And a lot of people will use ways to try to escape reality to try to hide the fact that they have a problem within themselves. I mean, people will use things to try to escape reality. They'll use drugs to try to escape reality. They'll use sex to try to escape reality. They'll use money to try to escape the reality of what is going on, or they'll work too much and they'll try to hide from everybody or hide from that issue, thinking if they work too much, they won't have to face whatever problem that they have within themselves. Or, if you buy all these clothes and you have this good looking car or anything else, it's going to hide the issue that you have within yourself. If you smoke whatever type of drug or take whatever type of drug, thinking that you're going to escape reality, that is going to hide that fact. Alcohol, drinking every night, drinking and thinking that, once you're drunk, I mean, it's a good time. All these things are a good time and they feel good, but it never ever takes away from the fact that you actually have a problem within yourself that you need to fix. And it's hard to be in a relationship with someone when they don't want to face that problem. It's hard to be in a relationship with someone when you don't want to face that problem. And I'm thinking that we all should be, we all should get to a point where we're tired of it. We're tired of having to face the issues, not face the issues, but not face them. You should get tired of not facing the issues that is going on in your life. You could change whatever you want to change about what's going on, but it's still going to be there. And until you face it, until you realize it, until you want to see it, until you want to change it in the right way that it needs to be changed, it's always going to be there when you get done doing whatever you're doing. It's always going to be there, no matter who you're with, no matter where you're at. If you have a issue within yourself, it will never ever be fixed until you look at it and change it. Till you hump. And I use this all the time because there's pride, and a lot of people have so much pride, and that's why all these issues actually come into play. And I use this a lot because pride is the number one thing that hurts someone. It can build you up, and it can also destroy you if you have too much of it. So if you don't have the humility to face that issue and want to change it, you will always have that problem behind you. You will always have that issue waiting for you to be there. No matter how many times you build yourself up, no matter how many times you get happy and smile and party or cheat or hit someone or tell them, things that they don't want to hear to make yourself feel better. No matter what you do to try to make yourself feel better for that moment, it's going to go down and you're going to come back to it. There's one thing that I wanted to explain that I forgot to explain. A lot of people get controlling and abusive because of the fact that they feel like they get angry. And to know what anger is, you have to know the real definition of it. We got it as just an emotion. It's emotion where you get heated. To me, that's not the definition at all. The real definition of anger is the result of the fear of losing control. If you're always in control of an issue, you never get angry. If you're always in control of an issue, you never get scared. Once you start to lose control and you know that you have no control over a car, you get scared. You get scared, you start down. If you're driving a car and you're doing 100 miles per hour down the highway, as long as you have control over the car and the highway, you're okay. But once you don't have control of what's going to happen, you get scared. You get scared, and anything that happens after that causes an emotion that makes you mad. It makes you sad. It makes you sad, it makes you mad. You get angry. And to me, anger is the result of the fear of losing control. So one thing we have to do is to know that, we might not be in control of all issues. Of every issue that goes on, we're not in control of it. We cannot have control over every issue that goes on. If you're not happy in a situation, then if you try to fix it in the wrong way, it'll never go good for you. If you go talk to someone about your insecurities or something that's going on, like a counselor or, a friend that you can talk to that can help you out, that'll be good for you because of the fact that you're trying to change the issue. You're trying to find an answer for that issue that you have inside of you. If you sit here and you talk to your partner about stuff you feel uncomfortable with them about, and you're hoping for a change, if they're not willing to change, then it might be that they don't want to see that they need a change. And maybe you need to bring a third party in there to talk to both of you guys to see about that. An equal party, not somebody that's on your side, but somebody that is equally ready to talk to you guys about what is going on in your problem, because it may not just be them that's a problem. It may be you. And if you have someone there that is on your side, that is biased because of the fact that they are there to tell your partner what's wrong, they might not see or may not be able to tell you that you have a problem as well. We're all not perfect. We all are not we're all not perfect. We all have flaws. Every one of us has some type of flaw that we need to fix ourselves to try to become perfect. And that's why I say it is hard for you to grow with a person who feels like they don't have to grow or feels like they're already done growing. Because once you stop growing, you see yourself as perfect in that way. If you're trying to get to 7'6" and you and your friend are trying to get to 7'6" and you say you stop at 5'8", you are feeling good because you know you are done growing. He might get to 7'6" because he's still growing, but you feel good about 5'8" because you know that is where you need to stop at. And you cannot grow no matter how many times you say you want to grow in a relationship. You want to grow with a person. If you're not willing to humble yourself to find out about them, one of the passages from the Bible that comes in my head is, when you come to God, come to Him as a child, in innocence. Back in my pride, episode, I was saying this: you want to come to an issue come to an issue humble, come to an issue innocent, because you can grow inside of it. No matter how old you are, if you come to the issue humbly, you can learn. If you come to there wanting to grow and trying to find ways to grow into a situation, you'll always be able to, and you'll basically be on track to have the best relationship. Because if both of you are having a goal to grow, and you feel like there's always something that you guys need to know, and you're willing to expand that, it is a perfect thing. I look at a lot of relationships and from the past, and they started at a young age. They started at an innocent age. It was their first relationship. It was their only relationship. So they didn't have the experience from before about a person cheating on them, or what they did wrong to a relationship, or being so grown that they're mature in this type of situation where the other person ain't. They both were at the age where they were humble, they were innocent to the issue of dating. So they were coming into it being ready to learn how to comfort each other, how to know what they're supposed to do, as far as he's supposed to do this and she's supposed to do that. And that actually will help an issue more if you guys are able to come to that place humble and not know everything that you think that you need to know for that relationship to last. But this has been my episode. Like I said, I can keep going on this, but I feel like I'll just be babbling on. But I do thank you guys for being with me through this whole experience. I'm learning every day. I'll never stop learning. I'm going to be consistent with this, and consistency. Practice makes perfect practice, which makes perfect execution. So basically, every day is a practice for me, because I'm never going to be perfect at this. I may be good at it, but I'll never be perfect at it. So if you want to hit me up, if you think that I'm wrong about the issue, go ahead, hit me up, let me know. My email address is mplsmikid@gmail or yahoo.com, at mplsmikid on Twitter, mplsmikid for Instagram, and my number is 612-269-4701. Leave me a text message. Hit me up on, I didn't even add my Facebook. Oh my gosh. Gold Washington is the Facebook. Aspects Land of a Changing Man is the page on Facebook. Hit me up. Let me know what your thoughts are on the show. If you like it, like the episode. If you share the episode, if you really like it and think that you know somebody that needs to hear it or wants to hear it, just let's keep this going, keep the listening happening, and keep expanding this, keep growing, and keep learning. And I thank you guys. I thought I'd add that in there just to be funny. But y'all have a good night.